All right, so here's one, and I don't think you maybe have to worry about this for most modern, especially modern striker firearms. But get you one. Try to get a gun with a trigger pull of less than 6 pounds. The heavier the trigger pull, the more force it takes to fire the gun. That's just kind of self-explanatory. So that increases the likelihood that you'll pull the sights out of alignment before the bullet even leaves the barrel. Okay. Rifles and shotguns typically have trigger pull of less than 6 pounds. Pistols, your handgun should also. Just kind of, learn, practice, handle your gun safely. Instead of buying a gun that's hard to shoot because you think that your safe handling skills are suspect, buy a gun that's easy to shoot and get some training.
I gotta get some training in something.
Practice with your gun, especially if you're new to concealed carry. I would tell people, you have their gun on you all the time, and sometimes just, take it out from time to time if you're new with it, clear it, make sure it's clear, and just kind of hold it. Hold it in your hand, just kind of get used to it. If you got a holster, just practice taking it out the holster. Make sure it's clear, but just, get comfortable with handling your gun and get comfortable with, we've done concealed carry videos before, so we all know we shouldn't carry around in the chamber. Carrying around in the chamber with a striker fire gun with no safety, you should be one of the safest person out there as far as firearms handling go. So get you a gun with a trigger pull of 6 pounds or less, and work with that. All right. So this is one that may be hard for some of you guys, especially just starting out. But you want to get a gun with a trigger pull that has a short distance to travel. All right. So the shorter the distance that the trigger has to move, the less likely you are to move the sights out of alignment. Remember, we say you want to be able to pull the trigger with minimal movement to the sights. That's the purpose of getting shots on target. All right. So with the light trigger pull, the factors that make the gun easy to shoot also make it easy to have a negative discharge. So you have to be careful with that also. But yeah, a lot of times what you want to do is just get your trigger. Like I said, you can do it in the store. Make sure it's clear, just rack the slider, just see, how far you got to pull that trigger. You don't necessarily look for the wall, you just want to see how far it is before when you pull that trigger, you hear that click. And that audible click is good. How long before you pull that trigger do you hear that click? Is it a longer trigger pull? Some guns will have a longer one, so once you did that, but that's one of the things you want to try to do is how long before you pull that trigger. See, that one's a little longer, So that's one thing is that you have to be aware of. The longer it takes you to pull the trigger, the more likely it is that you will, until you become more experienced, the more likely it is that your shots will be off target. So getting a gun that has a short distance from when you put your finger on the trigger to when it breaks, that's a good idea. This is one that most of you, especially if you're getting a striker fire handgun, don't have to worry about, but you want to get a gun starting out that has the same trigger pull for every shot. Okay, that's important. Some handguns are designed to have a long, heavy trigger pull on the first shot. That's your double action. All right.
That makes the first shot a double action.
All right. It didn't have a shorter, lighter trigger pull for the second and subsequent shots after that. So it's a lot of models out there that are what they call a DASA, double action, single action, or traditional double action, however you want to say it. You don't really want those starting out. That's not really what you're looking for. Remember what we were talking about earlier? Your rifles have the same trigger pull for every shot. Shotguns are the same way, so get you a pistol, especially starting out. That's the same way, same trigger pull for every shot. Trust me. A lot of people love the double action, and it's a safety thing also. So, in the semi-automatic, the main reason for the double action, the first shot design was a lot of users to carry with the hammer down. And we decocked it, but yeah, you carry with the hammer down instead of the hammer up. The double action design requires you to decock the gun after it's loaded in order to carry safe. So that's kind of what we did. This is not loaded, but you put it in and you rack the slide to load the round. Hammers down, you decock it to let the hammer.
Stop. Hammer time.
You'll see people will carry with the hammer down. or they'll go to the range. They don't practice the double action, single action thing, because you can put it down. You know, you may hit that decocker, it may pop up, so you need to practice if you got a decock, a hammer fire, the double action and the single action, just to kind of see the difference between the two. Or some people may not carry with a round chamber.
Please don't do it.
Not a great idea, because you can if you want to, but people are going to tell you every day, they're going to advise against it. Do not carry without a round in the chamber, because the time if somebody's coming to shoot you, you have to pull your gun out, rack it, then shoot, and they've already decided to shoot, so they already got their gun ready. Yeah, you're not going to get them on the drop. Carry rounds in the chamber. That's just unsolicited advice that has nothing to do with choosing the perfect handgun for yourself.
That's the best advice I can give you.